think we're live. And yeah, I think we're live. All right, guys, welcome. Covering the Bundesliga Rivierderby, Dortmund versus Schalke 04. First match in over 2 months of gameplay, so it's very anticipated. Feels like a World Cup game. And we are about to kick off just about now. I'm going to be doing a little live play-by-play. And so let's wait until it's kickoff. Give me one moment. All right, and then for the Dortmund lineups, we do have Berkey in goal, Piszczek, Hummels, and Akanji back in the defense. And then in midfield, we do have Hakimi, Dahoud, Delaney, Guerreiro. And then up top, we do have Brandt, Haaland, and Hazard. And as far as Schalke, we got Harit, Rahman, and Caligiuri up top. In the midfield, we got Ogzipka, McKennie, Sidar, and Kenny. And in the back three, we got Nastasic, Sane, and Todibo. And in goal, we have Schubert. And then you guys might be able to hear the stream in the background, the match. Watching it on Fox Deportes, I'm just going to be calling it from there. All right, and we are about to start. Dortmund will start with the possession first, and we are underway. We are in Signal Iduna Park for match day 26. And just a reminder, this is the first Bundesliga game since March 11th. And that last game was Mönchengladbach versus FC Köln. And it did end 2-1 in favor of Mönchengladbach. And of course, we are playing in the stadium, empty stadium. There's also a social distancing taking place in the benches. And so Dortmund are trying to take possession, passing the ball around in the back line. And then just a little update as well on where the teams are. Dortmund is in second place, and they are obviously for right now qualified into the Champions League, trying to look for that first place to win the title. And Schalke are in sixth place, and they're actually trying to fight for a spot for the Europa League right now. So they're actually in a competing stage. So they're going to be depending on this match to see if they can qualify. And I'm interested into seeing how these players are going to be affected by the whole quarantine, how their whole physicality is going to be affected. I'm noticing a little bit of rusty play. There's some misplaced passes. There's not obviously that Bundesliga quality that's been there since before. But they're good enough to a good start, finding their gameplay. And again, we are barely 2 minutes in to the Bundesliga versus Schalke Revierderby. 0-0 the score. Teams are just kicking off, getting the ball around, getting the first few touches after a few matches in the official match day. And we do have Dortmund trying to make an attack, but it is intercepted by Schalke. And then Schalke seem to be coming in for the counterattack. And they're running up the middle. They have, nope, Dortmund intercepted that. A lot of back and forth play here, just passing it around to the midfield, to the back line. Not much offensive play. And we got Schalke trying to make an attack up top. They play it to the middle, and they find, they got Schalke going into the penalty box, but Dortmund intercepted it. Mats Hummels, there's a foul inside the box in favor of Dortmund. No thanks, Joey. That's not good for lighting. Thank you, though. All right, and then Roman Berkey almost messed up that play right there. Schalke getting a little too close, but Dortmund starting up the attack from midfield. They're running up the wing. They found our Erling Haaland in the middle. Erling Haaland has chances. He's going up the middle, and there's a nice save right there by Schubert, and he recovers the ball safely. Very close attempt right there by Erling Haaland. First attempt of the match. Wasn't a shot on goal, but it was an attempt, and slipped away from his arms right there. It was a close call. And then I'm interested as to why Jadon Sancho is not on the field today. He is one of Dortmund's key players this season. He does have 14 goals and 15 assists within 23 games played. So it is a very good statistic right there. He's proven to be a key player, but as well as him and Marco Reus, Axel Witsel, 3 main key players are not on the starting lineup today. I wonder as to why that is. And there is a free kick in favor of Schalke right outside the penalty box. Watch out for this one because Caligiuri has been proven to score from out here. Okay, and then we got Schalke running up for the kick. Seems to be Rahman who's going to be taking the shot. Standing, and he shoots it, and it is blocked by the defensive line in the middle. And it is seeming weird a little bit with the yellow wall not being present at the Signal Iduna Park, something that no one is accustomed to. But Erling Haaland is up the middle. He passes it to Torgan Hazard in the middle. He takes a shot, and it's wide. Goal kick for Schalke. Good attempt by Hazard. Seems to be one of the first shots on goal actually in the game, but a little too high. All right, and the misplaced pass from Schubert, which got intercepted again by Schalke. And there's going to be a throw-in for Dortmund. Again, we are in the Dortmund-Schalke match play-by-play. 7 minutes, and it is still 0-0. Not too much going on in the game as of yet. Teams are still warming up. Been about 2 attempts, 2 shots. None of them actually on target or 2 goal, but yeah. It's been a while. They are going to have to warm up to it. You got Dortmund building play up in the defense. We found Piszczek to the Hood in the middle to Erling Haaland. Haaland is finding a chance option for Julian Brand, but it is caught by the goalie, Schubert. Dortmund seem to be playing a little more confident in terms of passing, and they're not finishing their chances. They're getting good opportunities. They're not just finding the quiet space. Schalke has been actually marking them very well. It's something that they've been practicing over the past few games against them. They've been studying Dortmund's gameplay. They're making sure that they mark their mans, and it really upsets Dortmund when they're trying to build an attack. So very good tactic by Schalke right there, defensive wise. And also, I just noticed right now there doesn't even seem to be ball boys. With all due respect to the social distancing, that's kind of weird. I'm guessing and I'm assuming that the players are now going to have to go for their own balls, and maybe there's going to be some staff that are going to be handing the balls off to the players. Don't know how that's going to work yet. Hasn't been that quite of a opportunity and chance to be proven in the game. And Thorgan Hazard is running up the ball, and there's a foul in favor of Dortmund right around the midfield line. And then just a reminder, Dortmund are coming off of 4 straight wins since before the suspension took place. So they were in good form before this match. Schalke, on the other hand, he came off of a loss, 2 draws, and another loss. So they haven't gotten a win in so far. And there is a corner in favor of Dortmund. Oh, and it looks like there might be a call for a penalty. Erling Haaland hit the ball, and Schalke defender rebounded off a player's arm in the penalty box. But let's see what it's going to be. Oh, it was offsides, but they are checking the VAR for a possible penalty. And this is interesting because the VAR was actually supposed to be removed in some areas of soccer. And the referee is still checking the VAR to make sure that the final decision is going to be played well right. And there seems to be nothing but a goal kick. Also, in the last 2 games that Schalke did visit Dortmund here at Signal Iduna Park, Schalke did manage to score 4 goals in each match, and the first one being 4-2 back in 4-4 back in November of 2017, and they did win here at Signal Iduna Park 4-2 on April of 2019. So it is going to be quite interesting to see how many goals they can manage to net in this time. There seems to be a little complication right there between the Schalke players of who wants the ball. And like I said again, the players are kind of rusty, but they do find Rafael Guerreiro running down. Oh, that's Akraf Hakimi. He centers it, and it is cleared by Schalke right near the penalty box. And then Hood recovers the ball. Another close attempt by Dortmund. And Schalke seemed to be getting a little nervous and trying to clear the ball. So it was Akraf Hakimi who was running down the wing earlier. He crossed it into the middle looking for Haaland, but a Schalke defender did intercept that right on the penalty spot. Very fortunate. Very close call. And again, we are in the 13th minute of the Schalke Dortmund match. Still 0-0. Not too much has been going on. A lot of back and forth play, build-up plays, but nothing has led to anything major. A few shots, none of them on target. And both teams are just warming up to this. It's been 2 months, more than 2 months since the last game was played, which was on March 11th. It is now May 16th. So it's been 2 months and around 5 days. So it is going to be taking quite a toll on them. And, not every athlete is going to be able to fulfill that whole 90 minutes. And I believe so that they did implement the five substitutes. I did starting this game. I'm surprised to see how that's going to play out. And Dortmund is building up play back in the defense. Going up the half-field line very slowly, building up that play again. They're playing it between Akanji and Delaney in the defensive middle. They found Julian Brandt to piece check on the right side. And here comes Akraf Hakimi running up the side. He takes a shot, but it is blocked by the Schalke defender, Sané. So it is a corner. My mistake, it was Rafael Guerreiro, not Hakimi. But again, it is a corner for Dortmund. I believe this is the first corner of the match so far. And they play it short. Julian Brandt does try to find Delaney in the middle, but it is intercepted by a Schalke player. Again, Dortmund is starting it back from the defense as they have been all game. They're trying to find their space in the middle. Like I said earlier, Schalke are trying. They got Dortmund very handled in that area. They got every man marked, so it's really making it difficult for Dortmund. But here comes Haaland on a misplaced pass. Haaland was going to be for a breakthrough, but interception. Okay, and then Sedar for Schalke showing some skills, and there seems to be a little bit of elbow, and there's a foul against Dortmund on the half-field line. Schalke starting up from their defensive line. And let's see, Dortmund has 57% possession, and Schalke has 43. And Dortmund has won 60% of the challenges attempted, and Schalke has 40%. And Schalke looking for an attempt on the right side wing. Nothing leads to a goal kick. Roman Berkey will kick it off. Interesting. The benches also have at least 6 foot distancing within them. Not exactly quite sure how all the subs are going to play out right here. Schalke applying pressure to Dortmund. Dortmund is not finding that space that they need to play comfortably. Dortmund, again, as always, starting it back from the back line. They need to start getting forward if they want that goal. It's been 18 minutes now at Signal Iduna Park. Match day 26, 0-0 still in the Rivierderby. All right, and we do have Dortmund joining up in the attack. And it is Hazard. Found Hakimi, intercepted by Schalke, but recovered by Hazard in the right side of the wing. And again, recovered by Schalke again. Very, very defensive pressure from Schalke. And the ball is played back to Berkey, all alone back there. Interested to see what's going through his mind, not having a yellow wall supporting him right behind him as usual. It is going to be quite odd. A little bit of lack of esteem, but as a sports fan, I think that we were all waiting for sports to resume. Regardless of the impact that the fans were having, we can all be supporting them from home, as we are doing now. And that is the best that we can do to prevent the spread of the virus any further. So good call off the Bundesliga. But we do have Dortmund joining up in the attack. We have Delaney with the ball in the middle, finding Julian Brandt. And it is played back into the middle. And again. Nice interception from Schalke. Playing very defensive, marking every man well, not leaving any room for Dortmund to make a play. And let's see if I can find this real quick. So in the substitute on the bench for Dortmund, we do have Jadon Sancho, Mario Götze, Leonardo Valerdi, Matteo Morey, Marcel Smelzer, Giovanni Reina, which is a future prospect from the U.S. national team, putting it up there for the USA. We do have Chris Furich, Marwin Hitz, and Tobias Rachel. I do not see Marco Reus on this, so I'm guessing that he was not called up for this match. Very curious as to why. Same goes for Axel Witsel. Don't know what's going on right there. There might be an injury, maybe a little bit of a personal issue. But as far as Schalke, we do have Juan Miranda, Michael Gregorich, Rabi Matonado, Amir Kutuko, Guido Bergstaller, Alessandro Schopp, Timo Berker, Alexander Nubel, and Levent Merkan. And we got Dortmund running up. They found Brent on the wing. In the middle, we do have Hazard, and there seems to be a foul right on the edge of the penalty box. Very interested to see how this is going to play out here. Thorgan Hazard was fouled right outside the box, and a little bit of a nutmeg included there when he got taken down. So for the free kick opportunity, we do have Julian Brandt, Akraf Hakimi, and the third person seems to be, did not quite to see the name right there. And it is very close. It got blocked by the defensive wall right there. Sent to the corner kick, and it was a nice attempt by Akraf Hakimi. Corner kick being taken by Julian Brandt for Dortmund. And Haaland right there playing a little bit aggressive in the box. Getting a warning by the referee. Did seem to shoulder another player. Right in the chest. Very foul play by Erling Haaland right there. Unsportsmanlike. All right. And kickoff for the corner kick. Let's see what Julian Brandt can get in. He crosses the ball inside, intercepted by Schalke. And Julian Brandt receives it again on the edge. Centers it again, and a very close attempt. Haaland takes a shot, but it is outside the net. First shot, second shot on goal, actually, for Dortmund. Very close one as well. But it is a goal kick in favor of Schalke. The power that Haaland got on that ball from that angle and that little bit of time. That was an impressive shot. And Dortmund seems to be playing a little bit more comfortable. Schalke seem to be playing a little bit more pressured on the ball. They keep misplacing passes. Dortmund seems to keep intercepting all the plays as well. And Dortmund has seen most of the action in this match so far. Oxipa passing it, trying to find space in the middle, but intercepted by Dortmund. Misplaced pass. And then Berkey is going to start from their defensive line. Finds Akanji. Playing it to Mats Hummels in the middle. And we do have an interception from Schalke right in the midfield line. And they seem to be finding Harit Oxipa. Sorry about that. And Schalke has a chance in the middle to take a shot. Roman Berkey blocks it, but they get right back up. And there seems to be a little bit of complication in the goalie and the defender, but Roman Berkey recovers that nicely. Looks like they're playing a little match of ping pong right there in the area, Schalke and Dortmund. And ultimately could have led to a goal. Very close call, but Roman Berkey got it handled. Todibo's socks are interesting. Seems that he's not playing with shin guards. Of course, he is very low, sort of like a Dybala in a sense of style. Schalke now seems to be looking a little bit more confident on the ball, creating more chances, finding more space, and they do have their bench warming up in case of a possible substitution. I'm not exactly too sure as what is going on there. Could it be just a case of warming players up? But we are in the 27th minute of the Dortmund Schalke Rivierderby, 0-0 as of now, and not too much has been going on. But both teams, like I said earlier, they are warming up. It's been 2 months since the last game. 2 months and a few days since the last game. So they are taking it baby step at a time. And we got Akraf Hakimi intercepting the ball in the middle. Julian Brandt passing it to Dahoud. Rafael Guerrero now has it. And we got Rafael Guerrero running down the wing, intercepted by Schalke. And we do have a center from Erling Haaland. It is a goal. 1-1. First goal of the match. Second attempt by Erling Haaland this match so far. He's celebrating alone on the corner kick, doing a little bit of a dance. And something we expected to see from the Norwegian player. Something we were expecting to see. Very quick goal. Kind of caught me off guard. But we did have who centered that. I believe that was Thorgan Hazard. Found Haaland right in the middle from across from outside of the box on the sideline. First time finish from Haaland. Very nicely taken. Schubert was left standing. Nothing he could really do there. There was not enough reaction time for the goalie. But we are 1-0. Dortmund, Schalke. Taking social distancing in their celebrations, something they should be practicing, something I applaud them for. And just when Schalke had possession of the game, they had control of the game, it just seemed to be falling apart. Believe they are going to be trying to bounce back after this. But once you get Haaland started, very hard to contain them. And the commentators are saying that they did feel a sort of an earthquake at the stadium. Hopefully everything is going on well over there. And Thorgan Hazard challenged for the ball. Foul in favor of Dortmund near the half-field line. Thorgan Hazard has been fouled twice so far this game. He's a player who's causing a lot of danger. Been Schalke's biggest threat so far. And we got Schubert back in his goal box, playing it back to Salif Sané. Very slow build-up play that Schalke is going to be trying to attempt. Oxipa, back to Salif Sané. Erling Haaland with a little bit of a smirk after his goal here. First goal recorded in the, actually not recorded in the Bundesliga. Let me give you guys an update on that real quick. There are 4 other games taking place right now. And let's see how that's looking. I can't seem to find it. Give me one moment. And we're seeing a replay here of Thorgan Hazard's ball into Erling Haaland. Okay, I got the scores for you now. We do have FC Augsburg versus Wolfsburg. They are 0-0. And then we do have Dusseldorf versus Paderborn 0-0 as well, minute 35. And we do have RB Leipzig versus SC Freiburg 0-0, minute 34. And we do have Hoffenheim versus Hertha BSC 0-0, 34th minute. So as of now, Erling Haaland is the man who has the first goal in the Bundesliga since the return. And later on at 9:30 a.m. Pacific time, we do have Frankfurt versus Mönchengladbach. So expect to see that later. Day full of soccer, and other leagues are planning to return as well. and just waiting to see how that plays out. And Julian Brandt recovers the ball, finding Dahoud, intercepted by Schalke. Dortmund, all players are past the midfield line, trying to push, trying to attack, and we do have Julian Brandt right outside the box, finding space. Dahoud finds Akraf Hakimi, and intercepted by Schalke. Schalke is going to find that space. They find, oh no, intercepted. We do have Akraf Hakimi on the sideline, passing it back to Thorgan Hazard. Thorgan Hazard is playing a little bit more of midfield than attack, which is quite odd. And again, we are in the 34th minute of the Rivierderby. Dortmund is up 1-0 to Schalke. Goal by Erling Haaland. And we do have Akraf Hakimi running down the line. He is all alone. He's running up. And there seems to be no one inside the box. But he does actually find Guerrero, who misplaces the shot right over the goal. Akraf Hakimi's pace on the sideline was proven to be too fast for his teammates in that quick little build-up play. But Hakimi had no other option than to get rid of the ball before it went out of bounds. And it seems to be that in that challenge, who is it? Todibo. Todibo seemed to be injured with a little. Seems to be Todibo and Haaland have a little bit of a argument going on from that previous corner kick. He's been having problems with the Dortmund forwards as of now. Overall, doing a good job covering the Dortmund's build-up play. And Dortmund do have 6 total shots, and Schalke have 2. So, yeah. 1 goal for Dortmund so far. And now the gameplay has. Again, we do have Schalke building up their play from the defensive line, trying to see if they can have an attempt on goal before the first half ends. We're in minute 37, but Schalke seem to be having quite a bit of a trouble getting out of their half, misplacing passes, Dortmund intercepting, and Todibo again is out of bounds. It seems to be he's injured. And he is laying down. It seems to be his ankle. He seems to have a little bit of an ankle injury. And I think he's out for the game. He seems to be in a lot of pain. Second time in around 3 minutes. A little bit of a challenge right there with Dahoud. His shin guard was actually taken off in that challenge. But it seems that he has recovered. All right, go back. like I said again, it is kind of odd now that the yellow wall isn't here at Signal Iduna Park, motivating the players, just that atmosphere. A little bit of a sense of the game taken away, but we do have Schalke up here in the penalty box and offsides. But as I was saying, seems to be a little bit of a lack of motivation. Players don't seem to be with that same enthusiasm. But, as a sports fan, I think that we were all waiting to see sports resume, regardless of the attendance that we're going to be placed in the stadiums. But everyone is watching at home. Not exactly quite too sure how many viewers this match does have right now, but very curious to see that statistic. And something I have been noticing from Schalke is that they are playing all their players either in the half-field line or behind it. They don't have too many players up top compared to Dortmund. So they're not going to be finding that space playing that way. Dortmund keeps seeming to intercept the ball. They keep stopping the build-up play right at the half-field line. But Schalke is proving that otherwise with Serdar running down the middle and he gets fouled. Nope, fair play. Carry on. Achraf Hakimi does find Julian Brandt. And back to Hakimi alone on the right side. Hakimi does have an option for a shot, and he takes it, but it is deflected into the corner. Hakimi did have other options there. He did have Haaland in the middle. But he decided to take the shot for himself, and it resulted in a goal kick. We are in the 40th minute of the Dortmund Schalke, 1-0. And again, Todibo is marking Erling Haaland. Been watching him all game, but they do have to be they do seem to be having a little bit of a complication there. And we do have a shot that is deflected from Dahoud. Nice attempt, but heroic header by, I'll get you the name of that person right now. It was a very heroic save. Oh, Salif Sane putting his head into the way to deflect that shot, which was going right on target, full of potential. Very heroic and brave attempt by Salif Sane there. Laney finding Achraf Hakimi. And it is a goal kick in Schalke's favor. Again, we're seeing the Dahoud shot. It was looking to go right on target with a lot of power, a lot of potential. But Salif Sane did get in front of that. Heroic save right there. Imagine the toll that took on his head. Very powerful shot. And there are about 3.5 minutes remaining in this first half. Interested to see how it's going to play out for Schalke, see if they can get at least a shot on goal, shot on target, an attempt on goal. And we do have Erling Haaland. No, that is not Erling. That is Julian Brandt in the midfield being fouled. My mistake. Erling Haaland and Julian Brandt do look the same in regards to their cleats and their hair from distance. One thing separating them is their number. And Schalke did intercept the ball. They countered attack that. They are running up the wing. They're going to find Oxipa in the penalty box, and it seems to be fair play and a controversial play that could have been played as a penalty. But the commentators are saying that it was a bit of a flop. All right, and we are seeing the replay right here. And it was actually a foul right outside of the penalty box for Harit. It could have been called. Don't know if it is going to get reviewed by VAR. Probably not. It's been around a minute now. But we do have Schalke building up the play again, which is intercepted by Dortmund. And Dahoud is in the midfield, intercepted by Schalke player. Dortmund are playing again in their defensive line, passing it to Berkey. 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining in this first half. I assume that there is going to be about 2 minutes of added time added here. And Schubert does misplace the pass. Erling Haaland does find Rafael Guerreiro. He is clear on goal, and it is 2-0. Rafael Guerreiro for Dortmund, finding the bottom of the net. And a misplaced pass that led to a goal from Schubert. Dortmund's build-up play and consistent. They've actually been very consistent in intercepting Schubert's goal kicks, goal passes. But it was nice pressure from Erling Haaland right there. Julian Brandt did lay it off to Rafael Guerreiro, who just finished it in the bottom corner. Nothing that Schubert could really do. He did extend his leg, but just a little bit too far. 2-0. Wonderful, wonderful left foot finish from Rafael Guerreiro there. Not the typical player to be scoring for Dortmund, but he has been proven to score on occasions, to become the man, the key player. And he does have 6 goals this season so far. And I'm waiting to update you guys on the added time being added here for this first half. Again, Erling Haaland did score the first goal. Rafael Guerreiro just scored the second goal right now. And I do expect to see more goals in the second half. Can't say from who. Remaining objective here. But I do see, as far as the gameplay is proving that Dortmund will net in at least 1 to 2 more goals if they stay the same. Schalke needs to really be finding up space up top. And the first half is over. There was 1 minute of added time. And we're going into the break at 2-0. And as of right now, I will be back. So stay tuned. And I'm back. Thank you to my loyal viewer for staying on with me here. And it is halftime. The Dortmund versus Schalke, 2-0 goals by Erling Haaland and Rafael Guerreiro. Both, I believe Erling Haaland's goal was with his left foot. I will reconfirm that with you guys in just a moment. Here comes a play right here. And yes, both goals were scored by left-footed shots. First time finishes, actually, kind of. For a first time finish for Haaland, of course, Rafael Guerreiro did dribble it into the penalty box and then lay off his shot into the bottom corner. But give me one moment here. I need to start charging my computer before it dies on me. I will be back. All right, and I'm back. I will be checking Instagram to see if there's any updates to let you guys know. Stay tuned. I'm actually just finding out now by Bleacher Report Football on Instagram that Giovanni Reina was going to make his first ever start for Dortmund, the 17-year-old USA international. He was actually replaced by Thorgan Hazard due to an injury in the warm-up. So, yeah, funny how that played out. Giovanni Reina was actually one of the Dortmund's prospects. He's been on the target for lots of European clubs, been proven to be a quality player. So very, very, very. What's the word I'm looking for here? Just very. Oh man, completely lost the words. It's just very. Hold on, give me one moment. Very sad. It's not. That's not the word I'm looking for. But that's all that I can explain right here. Let's see what we can find else. So it is confirmed. I just saw on Instagram that the benches of the players for each team, they do remain a 6 foot distancing. And I do see in a picture here, I do see Marco Reus in the bench. I did not see his name in the roster. Okay, and I also did just find out that Erling Haaland did score his 10th goal in 9 games. Very insane statistic by Erling Haaland there, the Norwegian, proving to be a keep young prospect in the football world. He does have 2 assists, and he's been proven to be one of the Dortmund's key players this season. So here we have the, let's see. None of these stats are very important. I mean, 2 goals. There's actually a mistake. Oh, sorry. They're seeing stats by player. My bad. Again, if you guys were not able to see the first Dortmund goal, it was Thorgan Hazard right outside of the 18-yard box, on the right side of it, laying off a little bit of a driven cross to Erling Haaland to easily find him in to just tap that ball in with his left foot. Nothing to do for Schubert in goal. Very well placed shot by Erling Haaland there. Very top finish. So as far as news regarding the match, I do not seem to be finding anything else. Um, let's see, just except for that injury from Giovanni Reina, who was going to start his first match, uh, taking a different turn because of a warm up injury there. And it is confirmed that Erling Haaland did score the first goal since the league was suspended all around the world. And I will give you guys a quick update on the live scores for the rest of the other games. Give me one moment here. All right, so we do have 2 goals in 2 separate matches. So the first one is Wolfsburg versus Augsburg. And Renato Steffen did score in the 43rd minute, so just before halftime. Not exactly too sure the details of that goal, but as soon as I do find out anything, I will try to inform you guys on that. And as far as, wow, a surprising turn, RB Leipzig is actually down 1-0 to Freiburg at halftime. There was a goal by Manuel Gulde from Freiburg. You know, Leipzig is actually proving to be one of the top contenders for this year's Champions League before it was suspended. So very interesting to see them down to Freiburg right now. I will actually bring up the table and the positions. So Leipzig is in 3rd place. And let me see which place. Let's see. Table. So Leipzig is in 3rd place. Freiburg is actually in 7th place. Oh, I thought they were going to be lower. Sorry, I haven't been really quite up to date with this. It's been a while. But as of right now, Schalke is down to 8th place. Freiburg is up to 7th, so they moved up. Wolfsburg also moved up. So Schalke's 2-0 halftime deficit is proving to be taking a toll on them on the table. They have moved down 2 positions as of yet. And I'm curious to see the goal difference, if that's taking any part in that. And it is not. Schalke are -5 goal difference. So in order to get back up to 7th, if the results stay the same, they need to score 7 goals. They need to win 7-2 in order to be I believe they are still going to be in 8th place because the wins and losses, I think they might still be in 8th place just because of the win ratio that they have compared to Freiburg. So like I said, Freiburg doing a very well job right now against Leipzig, 1-0 at halftime. And my computer sounds like it is about to take off right now. Charging and streaming at the same time. Hour-long stream. Thank you for the viewers staying on with me. It's first time doing this, but thinking I'm getting just a little bit of the hang of it. I'm sure with time, I'll be able to perfect this skill. Something that I'm trying out. So thank you for bearing with me here. I appreciate it a lot. But Schubert has been he's had quite a few plays this game where he does let go of the ball from goal kick. He passes it to the opposition, loses it in the half field, and it actually did turn into the last goal for Dortmund there. So something that he will be hearing about in the tunnel, in the locker rooms. Hoping to see that changes. Just as far as Schalke goes, but there seems to be a substitution for Schalke, and I will get you that right now. So it seems to be that Rabi Matondo is going to be entering. He has the full jersey placed on the sideline. Not exactly too sure who's going to be replaced, but I will find that out just now. So yes, it is confirmed. Give me one moment right here. I will I need to fix the stream on the TV. And we are just about to kick off for the second half. Schalke is in possession this half right here. And give me one moment. Let's see. It is for sure a substitution for Schalke here. I don't know exactly who is going to be substituted out. And we're underway for the second half. Dortmund versus Schalke 2-0 in favor of Dortmund. Goals by Erling Haaland and Rafael Guerreiro. Let's see how it's going to play out this half. See if Schalke can get on the score sheet. But they are starting off very strongly. They do find a new substitute. Let me find his name again. Give me one moment. Rabi Matondo. He seems to be a little bit of a pacey pair running down the wing. But it was quickly intercepted by Dortmund. And he's applying pressure to Rafael Guerreiro on the sideline. And Erling Haaland is battling for the ball at half field. We do have Thorgan Hazard running up, but it is intercepted by Schalke. And Schalke is countering the play. They're up on the right side of the wing, but intercepted. But Schalke do recover the play. They're back in the outside of the 18-yard box. Schalke has a shot on goal, and Roman Bürki catches it comfortably. Well-placed shot by Serdar. Schalke is a top scorer as of now, but it was placed right into the hands of Roman Bürki. Nothing that could have possibly gone wrong there. And I do want to get you guys an update on who the substitute was. They haven't seemed to update it on their roster sheet yet. As soon as that comes out, I will let you guys know. And we do have Salif Saneh. He's building up the play for Schalke in the back here. And Schalke does seem to be playing more comfortably. They are attacking a lot more now. And we do have the new substitute. He is making plays on the wing, proving to be a little bit of a headache for Dortmund as of now. Again, remember that name, Rami Matondo. Schalke's players are all up top. They have 2 players, and it is a foul. No, it is not. Brandt, he's going to find, and it is 3-0. Thorgan Hazard, 3-0 from an assist from Julian Brandt, bottom right corner. Erling Haaland seems to be injured in the half field, but it did result in a goal. 3-0, 48th minute. As soon as Schalke were proving to be the better team, it is what it is. This is soccer. Julian Brandt and Thorgan Hazard and Erling Haaland did start the attack all alone. It was 2v2 up top with Brandt and Hazard. Hazard first time finish into the bottom right corner, just on the side, on the line of the 18-yard box. Nothing the goalie could really do. Excuse me, it was right outside of the 18-yard box. Nothing that the goalie could do again. Stood still. Very, very well placed finish by Thorgan Hazard. It is 3-0. And this game seems to be no turning point for Schalke as of yet. They do need to strengthen up that attack, as I have been saying since the beginning. They don't seem to be providing a lot of chances for their attackers. Something they need to improve on. And I'm seeing now that Salif Sané did actually step on Erling Haaland at the half field line, and that build-up play right there. So Haaland is limping. Not sure if that's going to take a toll on his performance. I believe not. So he's back up and running, shaking it off. Thorgan Hazard does have 5 goals this season. So this was just his 5th goal, getting on the score sheet. And Schalke did have a chance up top, but it is offsides, and it is going to be a goal kick. Not a goal kick, but very close to the goal for Dortmund. Erling Haaland is running up the top, looking for his 2nd goal of the match. Dortmund is trying to apply pressure, but here comes Schalke. Matondo is running down the wing. He seems to be alone. He has 2 players in the box waiting for him. He centers it in, but it leads to nothing. Schalke is attacking a lot more, and we do have Schalke right up in the box, but Roman Berkey covers it nicely. And give me one moment. Again, Schalke are down 3-0. Dortmund. Goals by Erling Haaland, Rafael Guerreiro, and Thorgan Hazard. Again, Schalke are trying to attack a little bit more. Should have been doing this since the beginning of the match. It is very hard to come back against Dortmund when you're 3 goals down. But nothing is impossible. And Schalke do find a player in the middle, but it is intercepted and offsides as well. So and give me just one moment. I need to fix the stream again on TV. It seems to be a little bit of a glitch. I will be back shortly. Dortmund is building up the play again. And it is intercepted in the middle, in the defensive line from Schalke. And I do have to adapt to my live stream on the phone now, just because of, the TV seems to be glitching just a little bit. And there seems to be quite a little bit of an injury from Thomas Delaney to a Schalke player. He did receive a yellow card, his third yellow card this season. First yellow card of the game. Is this the first yellow card since soccer returned? I'm not exactly too sure. I can update you guys on that a little bit later. But Schalke do seem to be having a little bit of a chance up here at the top. But Dortmund quickly recover it. And the commentators are saying that Salif Saneh is pushing forward a lot more now. Not exactly too sure why that tactic is being placed. I'm guessing they're trying to just do an all or nothing here, all out attack. And it was just confirmed that there is actually 5 substitutes now in the game. I mentioned it earlier. I just wasn't too sure if it was confirmed as of yet. But we do see the sun coming out here at Signal Iduna Park. Very nice scenery here. Something that hasn't been shown throughout the whole game. But Dortmund is starting up the attack. Akanji is pulling up all the way. We do find Erling Haaland. He's running in all alone. Does he have a shot? He centers it, and it is intercepted by Schalke's defense. Matondo seems to be putting in a lot of Schalke's work so far this half. Key player for Schalke this half, I'm assuming, will be making quite of a difference. He is for sure. He's for sure causing a little bit of a trouble for Dortmund's left side in the defensive line. And Schalke are joining up the attack. They do have options available. Guido Burgstahlen, he takes a shot, and Roman Bürki catches it on the floor. No power on that shot, but it was an attempt on goal. So Schalke do prove to be getting just a little bit closer to their first goal of the match. There was quite a bit of a deflection from Piszczek right there that led to the ball going into Roman Bürki's hand. Nothing dangerous, nothing serious. And again, Dortmund are just attacking nonstop, recovering every single ball. Erling Haaland was going to be found in the middle, but it was a misplaced pass. And again, a clearance from Schubert results in possession for Dortmund. Something that I mentioned earlier that the goalie needs to work on. He needs to work on his passing from the what does it say? From the penalty box. He needs to work on that. He needs to find his own players. It did result in a goal for Dortmund, so something that he is going to have to practice on the training field later this week. But as far as the gameplay, it has slowed down just a little bit. They're playing in the midfield right now. Dortmund in possession of the ball. We are in the 57th minute right now. 3-0. Again, Haaland, Rafael Guerreiro, and Thorgan Hazard have all scored for Dortmund. And there is a foul for Schalke in Dortmund's defensive half. Harit, I was actually expecting a little bit more from Harit this game. He's been proven before to be quite the player for Schalke, appearing in key moments. Not too much action from him or anyone on the Schalke side. this entire game. A little bit more action in the second half, of course, compared to the first one. But we do have the free kick being placed in, and it is in possession for Dortmund. Schalke are just not finding that space for their players to be able to make plays, to be able to play comfortably. Dortmund are easily just taking possession of the ball, no problem. Schalke at first were pressuring Dortmund players very well defensively to not receive the ball in the open spaces that they did have. Not exactly too sure what happened there. Disbanded. I think they are focusing a lot more on attack now. And you can hear the screams. This is not too odd, since before the what is it called, the suspension of the league, there was a few behind closed door games being taken place. You could hear the chants. So not something that we're not accustomed to, but it is better than having to wait a little bit longer. I do feel for the players who do not feel comfortable having to play for their sides as of yet, regarding their safety. My thoughts go out to those who are struggling in that aspect. But it's something that I don't really think that they can do anything about it. They do have a contract and they do have to abide by it. So it is what it is. But we do have Erling Haaland. He could have made that run. He was running all alone, but Schubert did beat him to it. And it could have been 4-0, but Schubert recovered that nicely. And Schalke just proving how much of a they're trying to play it forward too fast. They actually just misplaced a pass that led to a Dortmund goal kick from Nastasic. There was no one that he could find. He just really passed the ball up forward to nobody. So and the Dortmund bench is warming up right now. They're not maintaining the 6-foot social distancing. They are all warming up together. And like I said again, Royce did not seem to be called up, and Jadon Sancho is on the bench along with Götze, and expecting to see either one of those come in. And they're not going to make too much of a difference, but they will provide some chances. And Schalke is up. They are finding a cross, but intercepted by Dortmund again, and Dortmund is countering the play. We do have Thorgan Hazard running up the middle, and who is this player? Give me one moment. I had my sights on him. McKennie has been proving to be Schalke's key player in the midfield so far. He's been involved in a lot of tackles won and possession, but not too much that only his contribution can do for the whole team as a whole. And we do have Schalke coming up again. Dortmund do seem to be giving them a little bit of leeway. And I did just notice Matondo did switch wings. He switched from the right wing to the left wing. Not exactly too sure why that is. And is that Giovanni Reina? I believe that is Giovanni Reina warming up. Not exactly too sure if he's going to get playing minutes here because of the injury he picked up right before the game during warm-up. So interested to see how that's going to play out. And again, we're in the 62nd minute now of the Dortmund versus Schalke. It is 3-0. And there's one goal in this half. Right, early, 47th minute from Thorgan Hazard. And we do have Dortmund coming up with a chance again. Rafael Guerreiro to Erling Haaland. And we do have 4-0. Is it offside? It is offside. Rafael Guerreiro had scored another goal. Would have been 4-0, but it was offside. Or actually, wait, it was a goal. Rafael Guerreiro, 4-0. Left-footed shot again. He actually hit it. I will explain the goal right now as soon as I see it again. It is very hard to explain. But it was proven to be offside at first. Just got cleared that it was a goal. Erling Haaland did pass it off to Guerrero. He is clearly onside. Hit it with the outside of his left foot, falling into the goal. It curves around the goalie. So a very interesting shot there, but nicely well-placed finish. Schubert, in his attempt, he was very close to it. Could not do anything about it, really. So 4-0 in favor of Dortmund. I did say at the beginning of the stream that Schalke did come in scoring in their final 2 games at Signal Iduna Park. They did score 4 goals, seeming to be proven differently by Dortmund as they're the ones scoring 4 goals this match. Guerrero does now have 7 goals. Second goal of this match, 63rd minute, 4-0. And I do not see Schalke coming back at all to win this game. They do have a chance to score a few goals to get on the score sheet, a little bit of a consolation goals, but not to be able to turn it around in just about 20, 25 minutes. Kind of a hard objective to do, score 4 goals against Dortmund at Signal Iduna Park. And the sun did come out again. A very nice view that we do have here. But I have been noticing that Schalke are leaving Dortmund's attackers up alone at the top. They are doing a 2v2 or like a 2v3. So they need to improve on that as well. All right. And we do have Thorgan Hazard with the ball, passing it back to Akanji. Not too much action going on here. Akanji is actually standing on the ball in his own defensive half, passing it back and forth, back and forth. Not really much motivation that Dortmund has to get another goal. They already have the sufficient amount to win this game comfortably, but excited to see if they will be looking for that other goal. Let me read you guys the scores for the other matches taking place right now. We do have 2 goals at Pre-Zero Arena. It is Hoffenheim versus Hertha Berlin. Hertha Berlin does have two goals in this half, and Schalke cleared the ball. And wait, give me one moment. Actually, let me start. Nope. And the play died down. Akanji passing it back to his defensive teammates. Dortmund is finding space for Erling Haaland. Haaland is finding Guerrero, and is he going to win it? No, he is not. Schubert got the ball, and sorry, that was Akraf Hakimi, not Guerrero. But as I was saying, Freiburg and Leipzig are still 0-1 in favor of Freiburg, and Hoffenheim is down 2 goals to Hertha Berlin, and they were 0-0 at halftime. And Augsburg did make a turnaround against Wolfsburg 2-1. They were down 1-0 at halftime, so scored 2 goals in this half, making that a turnaround for Wolfsburg. And the computer is hot right now, so moving it around just a little bit. So Dortmund has 4 shots on target compared to Schalke's 3, and it has proven that all 4 shots on target from Dortmund did end up in goals. So 100% ratio from them as far as goals come. And Schalke have been lacking on a bit of opportunities to get their forwards up top. Their midfield has not provided too many chances for them to get any chances on goal. So something that they do need to improve on during the week. And we do have a substitution. So let's see who it is going to be. Number 6, Thomas Delaney is getting substituted out. I will get you the person who's coming in. It looks to be Giovanni Reina. I'm not exactly too sure who it is, but I will keep you guys updated on that. And it is Balerdi. Excuse me. Thomas Delaney out for Valerdi. He does not seem to be the best in the best mood after coming out. A little bit of a smile now. I'm sure he's fatigued after 2 months of no action, as well as any other player on this pitch. But they have been working on that individually at their practices, remaining at a social distance. So something that they need to improve on as well throughout the weeks. Foul in favor of Schalke. And I'm actually seeing right now that as soon as Delaney got subbed off, before he headed into the benches, he was given a mask to put on to be able to sit next to his teammates. So they're taking all this very seriously with the resumption of soccer and sports. So very, very nice initiative that the Bundesliga is taking here. And the free kick proved to be nothing, but Schalke did actually recover it. Do they have a chance? They centered it in, intercepted, deflected. And McKennie does have a shot on, and it is intercepted by a Dortmund player. Salif Sane is playing with the ball on the side. He gets around two players, and he stumbles over the ball, loses possession, and Dortmund recovers the ball. Again, Schalke did recover again, and they have a foul right outside of the box. If Caligiuri does take this shot, they do have a chance of getting the goal on the score sheet here. A foul from Dahoud. He did bring down with him. Give me one moment. He did bring down Guido Bergstaller, and Rabi Matondo did get substituted out for Rahman, I believe so. But I completely missed one substitution from Schalke. It was Guido Bergstaller for, I believe, Tobido. And Schalke is not clear for the free kick. They take a shot wide, very wide over the goal. Interesting scene here. Schalke's manager is not wearing a face mask, any facial protective covering. And it is sorry, I said that it was way over the goal in the previous play. It actually led to a sideline throw-in for Dortmund. We have 20 minutes of play left here at Signal Iduna Park. 4-0 in favor of Dortmund. Again, 2 goals from Guerreiro, Erling Haaland, and Hazard. So Haaland did score the first goal since soccer did resume. Getting his name on the score sheet, I believe it was in the 23rd minute. So fairly early on. It was 29th minute, excuse me there. About half an hour in. And then Thorgan Hazard did open the second half 2 minutes in with a goal. Well played by Julian Brandt, the little link-up play there. And we do have a wide ball that is way too long for Dortmund to catch up to that. Schubert does come out, kicks it off to the sideline. It is going to be a throw-in for Dortmund. And like I said again, gameplay is very slowly building up, but not too much action going on. Since that fourth goal came in, not too much motivation for Dortmund to get another goal on their end, and Schalke don't seem to be finding that goal to get them on the score sheet. They know that they're not going to be able to come back from this, but their chances are getting left short from trying to find a goal, from trying to find a chance up top. So. And we do have just both teams. Well, there actually seems to be a handball against Dortmund for Piszczek. Lukas Piszczek. He gets a yellow card. Is that for a handball or for a tackle? I will inform you guys on that just right now. And it is for a handball. He slid. Ball got stuck in between his hand and his chest. Not exactly too sure why he was awarded a yellow card. It seemed to be justified there. But that is the referee's decision. So 2 players for Dortmund do have yellow cards as of now. It was Thomas Delaney, who has recently been substituted out. And now we do have Lukas Piszczek. And there was another sub for Schalke. Who did we have enter? We had Alessandro Schopf. Alexander Schopf. He did just enter. I'm not exactly too sure who he got out for. I will update you guys. Oh, he got out for Sedar. So Schalke's top goal scorer out, getting sent to the bench. And Dortmund's bench does seem to be still warming up. Again, there are 5 allowed substitutions now, up 2 since before in these new rules. Interested to see how that's going to take a toll on the team. Schalke does have a corner kick, and they do find the ball just wide over the goal. Salif San's attempt there. And again, this laptop is getting a little bit heated right now. We have been streaming for about 1 hour and 35 minutes now. But I also do have the charger in. Dortmund has only 1 substitution compared to Schalke's 3. So they still have 4 left, 4 options remaining. And we do have Erling Haaland with a long ball, just a tad bit too long, resulting in a throw-in for Schalke. Salif Sane recovers it quickly, passes it to Schubert. Schubert is going to take his time back in goal. "15 minutes of gameplay remaining in this match." And again, just back and forth play. Not too much going on here. We do have Schalke coming on with another substitution, the 4th one of this match. That will be released in about, I would say, not this play, but the next play, since Dortmund do have a throw-in. Awarded right now. Actually, it is taking place right now. So we do have, it seems to be, let's see who it is going to be. Miranda is coming in for Caligiuri. Bold move there from their coach. Caligiuri, one of Schalke's top players, being substituted out. Didn't prove too much in this game. Didn't see a lot of action from him. But Schalke do have 4 substitutes out of 5. They have 1 remaining. Dortmund only have 1 so far. And very, very slow build of play. All players are basically just standing around, passing the ball to one another. Not too much action going on. Everyone seems to be fatigued. There doesn't seem to be a sense to look for a goal for either sides anymore. Schalke are in search of a consolation goal, but they're not proving to be pushing their forwards up top to get a chance in. And there seems to be an injured player, and it is Thorgan Hazard. He seems to be injured on his right calf. Thorgan Hazard is taking a seat. Oh, it seems that he got into a bit of a contact with the Schalke player, but he seems to be recovering, stretching his leg out just a little bit now. Mats Hummels is getting substituted out. Jadon Sancho coming back with a beard. Interesting scenery here. I have not seen Jadon Sancho with a beard. Something that I do have to get adjusted to. And my mistake, Mats Hummels is not getting substituted out. He was just getting a little bit of a water. They do have a little bit of a rehydration break right now. And Schalke are going to move forward with their last and final substitution of the game. Excuse me. That is going to be Dortmund. So Jadon Sancho is coming in for Thorgan Hazard. Thorgan Hazard limping off the playing field. Jadon Sancho without a haircut and with a beard going in. Looking like the quarantine has taken a toll on him. Usually a player who has his haircut done every week. Clean face, a little bit of a goatee there. And will Jadon Sancho prove to get a chance on goal in his 12 minutes of gameplay left? We will see. Again, Dortmund's top player this season. He does have, let me see, he is our top scorer. And I had it just here. He does have 14 goals and 15 assists in just 23 games. So proving to be Dortmund's key man this season. Seeing if he can provide anything for Dortmund here to make it 5-0. We do have the defensive duo from that iconic Dortmund team back in 2013 with Piszczek and Hummels in the back. We do have Marcel Smelser, who was part of that squad as well, but he is on the bench. Would have been interesting to see him play all three. It would have been interesting to see the coach play all three defenders from that iconic team back in 2013 that reached the Champions League final. If it was in 2013, I believe so, but they did play against Bayern Munich. Lost in the final minutes. Kind of disappointing for Dortmund. They had an amazing run. And Schalke does seem to be misplacing their passes in Dortmund's half. Not getting too much action there. And Haaland seems to be tired. He usually would be running for those long balls, but seems to be just taking baby steps here now. Wondering to see if there's going to be a substitution for him soon. 10 minutes of gameplay left, 4-0. Again, Rafael Guerreiro did score 2 goals. Alan opened the scoring, and Thorgan Hazard scored the 4th goal just 2 minutes into the second half. And Dortmund seemed to be playing a little bit risky back in their box, but they cleared it out. They managed to clear it out comfortably. Passing the ball back and forth just to kill the time. I don't see Dortmund having motivation to get another goal again. Again, Dortmund players just passing it back and forth here. Nothing going on. Playing it back to their defenders, defensive midfielders. So nothing to really get the crowd back at home hyped up about. I need a co-host for this. So the viewer here, drop your name in the comment. You're going to be my co-host next game. So we do have Achraf Hakimi running up, and he does find Erling Haaland, who's just a little bit too far to find the 5th goal for Dortmund. Far as well. And Schubert did clear the ball into the midfield, and oh no. Schubert's clearance into the midfield did get what is it called? Intercepted by Dortmund's team. They now have possession of the ball again. So very close opportunity and chance for Dortmund there to get their 5th goal of this game. Didn't prove to be anything spectacular though. Give us a play-by-play. Oh, you got it. You got it. Looking very forward to doing that. Actually, Marco Manzanares, let me check your Snapchat. Woke up a little bit late, did you? 6:34. 7 minutes remaining of regular time. Not exactly seeing the referee adding anything more than 3 minutes into the second half. Jadon Sancho is playing more of a midfield role instead of a winger role like he is usually accustomed to. And just again, I'm not showing the screen just because of copyright reasons. So I'm doing a little play-by-play for you guys. Looking forward to doing this in the future as well. If you guys like it or not, let me know. It is something that I need to improve on. Of course, this is my first time doing this, but it was a good game to get me started. Dortmund did give us a lot of action in the first half. Not too much in the second half, but something to keep us all interested and updated. I can't show the brand of this water bottle, but I got it right here. Got it right here, Marco. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Dortmund players all standing right next to each other in their own half. Not exactly too sure what's going on there. Bit of a confusion between them. And Matondo did take down who is the Dortmund player. Oh, he seems to be injured. I'm not exactly too sure. I believe it was a substitute who just came on, the Argentine. It is actually Achraf Hakimi. Matondo did take down Achraf Hakimi in Dortmund's penalty box, and he is going to be receiving a yellow card. And very, very foul play there by Matondo on Hakimi. Captured Hakimi's left ankle. Could have led to an injury there. Got a hold of his ankle and kind of fell on it just a little bit. And Schalke is going to be doing their last and final substitution, as well as Dortmund. Dortmund released their 3rd substitution. So we do have Kenny coming out for Schalke, and we do have Becker coming in. As far as Dortmund, we do have Götze coming in, Mario Götze, the man of the 2014 World Cup final, coming in for Dahoud. And again, and then they just released another one. Schmelzer coming in. Again, I said earlier that I would want to see, he's coming out for Granado. I said again earlier that I would want to see Piszczek, Hummels, and Schmelzer in the defensive line just to get a little bit of a memory. But Jadon Sancho does make quite of a play right here that leads to nothing. Schubert does have possession. Dahoud. So Rafael Guerreiro, the man of the match, in my opinion. 2 goals. He did get substituted out for Marshall Schmelzer. 3 minutes of gameplay remaining. I see the referee only adding about 2 to 3 minutes of added time. I don't see why he would add any more. Not too much motivation on getting any more time out. Trying to keep the players safe. And then for fatigue, everyone is fatigued. There's not too much motivation to keep playing. Nothing too significant. I remember that, Marco. Dortmund did have 57% possession of the ball compared to Schalke's 43. Caligiuri, we are seeing images of Caligiuri undoing his mask, taking it down just a little bit to get a drink of water. And Dahoud and Rafael Guerrero were both given a mask each, as well as their hydration refreshments. So very good work. Very good work from Dortmund's side today. And there seems to be a foul for Schalke. And just before I do let you guys go here, I do want to read you guys the remaining results. So we do have 1-1 Leipzig versus Freiburg. Leipzig did get on the score sheet. It looks like they're going to end it in a draw, 89th minute there. Hertha Berlin did add another goal to their score sheet. They're winning 3-0 against Hoffenheim. 0-0 still for Dusseldorf and Paderborn, 88th minute. And Augsburg versus Wolfsburg, it is 1-1. I had said earlier that they were 2-1. I believe that there might have been a VAR taking place there and taking away one of Augsburg's goals. So 1-1 as of now, 90th minute. And there is a there was a corner kick for Schalke that led to Dortmund's possession right now. Jadon Sancho near the corner, playing with Schalke's players just a little bit there, toying around with them. And we do have 30 seconds of regular time remaining. Again, like I said, if you guys did like what you see, let me know. We'll be doing this more often. I need to find the games, find a little bit more information. This is the first game that I've done. Again, first game in 2 matches, so everything will pick up back to speed in a few weeks here. Everything will, all the information and statistics will be coming back. So very interesting to see Haaland score the first goal since the suspension of the soccer world here in the 29th minute, and it is over. So there was no added time. Dortmund did win at home 4-0 against Schalke. 29th minute goal from Haaland to open the scoring. Guerrero did get 2 on his name, and Hazard did finish off the 4-0. Thank you, Marco. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for tuning in, Marco, the support. So yeah, 4-0, Signal Iduna Park. And just before I let you guys go here, I'm going to see if the other games ended and seeing their results. So all the other teams are still playing, and Wolfsburg actually got another goal back. They are 2-1. So they're winning right now in the 90th minute against Augsburg, 2-1. And they are in added time. And Daniel Ginczek actually scored a goal in the 91st minute. So 1 minute after regular time, did get Wolfsburg a goal that's proving to get them the victory here. And as far as Leipzig and Freiburg, they are at 90 minutes with 2 minutes of added time. Can't see live gameplay for that right now. Thank you, Marco. And Dortmund's side is, they're applauding all the viewers from home for supporting them throughout this first match of the Bundesliga. First win, 4 goals. Proving to be a spectacular remainder of the season. They are going to stand united here. They're standing side by side with their arms, and they're doing the little wave, run and wave, appreciating their fans where the yellow wall should be, but restricted as of now. And let me just update this here to see if anything has taken place. All the results are still the same. And I feel, oh, look at this. Freiburg actually got a goal in on the 93rd minute. So they are winning 2-1 against Leipzig right now. 7th place team. winning here against the third place team. So very, very interesting. We have two matches now who scored after the 90th minute. Spectacular start of the season, remainder of the season for the Bundesliga so far. And Dusseldorf versus Paderborn are still 0-0. Hoffenheim, Hertha Berlin, still 3-0. And it looks like they took away Freiburg's goal. They are now back to 1-1. It might have been taken away by VAR. So I'm seeing that they are back 1-1. Nothing has changed here. And Wolfsburg versus Augsburg did end 2-1. So we do have two games finalized now. I will cover that, Marco. I didn't. Tell us the league table. Okay, I will read you the league table as soon as this is finalized right here. Waiting to see the final minutes. So Dusseldorf versus Paderborn did end 0-0. Waiting on the Leipzig Freiburg. That one is going to be the game changer here for the table. Borussia Dortmund are still in second place. They are 1 point away from first place. Bayern Munich, they have 55 points here. Leipzig did have 51 points. If they can manage to stay that in that draw, they can. Not exactly too sure. This is why I want to wait. I don't know if they have 51 now or if they had 51 before. So let's see how that plays out here. And later on today, again, we do have Frankfurt versus Mönchengladbach. I will not be covering that game, unfortunately. And Leipzig and Freiburg are going at it after 96 minutes after the regular time. Let me see if I can find the broadcast for that. I'm not exactly too sure if I'll be able to find anything regarding that match right now. And I have been proven wrong. Oh, yes, I found it. But I believe that it might have ended already. It's loading in. They are 1-1, 5 minutes into added time right now. And it is over. According to the Bundesliga website, 1-1 it is over. So I will get you guys the final table results as of now. So I just saw the final whistle on the live stream. Fixtures and results. Okay, so all games are completely finalized for the 6:30 a.m. Pacific time. So we did have Dortmund 4-0 against Schalke, Leipzig versus Freiburg 1-1, Hoffenheim taking the loss here to Hertha Berlin 3-0, Dusseldorf versus Paderborn 0-0, and Augsburg did lose. They lost their lead, their first half lead against Wolfsburg, finalizing at 2-1. And the table is looking like, let me give this just a little bit of an update right here. Bayern Munich again, 55 points. Dortmund just 1 point underneath them at 54. Leipzig did manage to draw, and they now have 51 points, which is 4 points away from the first position. And as far as Wolfsburg, they did move up to sixth place. Freiburg did move up to 7th, and Schalke did move from 6th place all the way down to 8th. So that loss did take a toll on them on their position on the table. And that is all that I have for you guys as of now. Thank you for tuning in. Almost 2 complete hours here on the live stream. Marco, I believe that you were here the whole time. You're going to be my co-host next week. I will bring you on. But that's all I got. Thank you guys for staying with me. And yeah, that's it.